a reasonable, normal Instagram post of Breckengball FiGPiN review, hosted by yours truly, Mr. Breckengball of Breckengball FiGPiN review. That's the name, I think. Haha, I forgot.
Wait a second. I hold on a second. I thought this was supposed to be you taking over our show?
Well, this is supposed to be a pig fin review about you.
What is it? What is this?
When you don't upload for months at a time, you got to find time in between everything. You got to strike.
That was fantastic.
That was awesome, man. You hijacking our show for your own review, and I love the pin, by the way.
What the people want, the people get. Thank you. I really like it. It's a special pin to me.
Well, guys, welcome back to another episode of What the FiGPiN. It is your man John G. We have with us Battle, as always. How are you this evening?
Very well, and yourself?
Good. And then another favorite is Alex. How are you today?
I'm doing swell, John.
It's good. And then as you guys have seen, we have a very special guest with us. We have Breckengball. How are you this evening, my friend?
I am awake. I'm here, and I'm turning the lamp off for better lighting.
Well, I appreciate you joining us. I do apologize, guys, if my voice sounds weird. I am my family and I are dealing with COVID, unfortunately, so I apologize about how I sound. But hopefully, I'm coming through okay.
Sound like $1 million.
Yeah, thanks, man. So I'll go ahead and hand it over to Alex and Battle and Breckengball. Man, we're happy to have you. So looking forward to getting to know you a little bit more.
Excited to be here. Thanks for having me in.
Go ahead, Battle.
Oh, all right. Sounds good. I'll take the honors this week. What the FiGPiN? Oh, man. It sneaks up on me every week. So I'm excited to have you on, Breckengball. First thing I want to bring up is we're going to have to re-entertain your sports line and your little battle line. I know you put a little post out there. We're going to have to set up maybe a tournament or something, get a little competition going on.
Yeah, not to brag, when I look at my stats, I am 2-2. So I wouldn't be, surprised if you were a little nervous about setting it up. But I'm more than happy to jump back into the scene. I know I retired after 4 battles, but sometimes that's what the greats do. You get in, you show everyone what you're made of, and you let them remember the good times.
Hey, you know what? Especially if you got that media presence, you can make those fights worth lots and lots of EA points.
Yeah, not to brag, I got about 10 cents from those videos I posted for the fight, so I'm rolling in dough.
Hey, the residuals, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Hey, John, what happened to you?
Yeah, you kind of turned dark.
Uh-oh. I think my battery for my light died.
So, Breckenball, welcome to our show. We're super excited to have you on. Thanks for the quick improv jump on, start your review. I'm kind of assuming that's how a lot of your posts are made, unless you actually mastermind them pre-video, which I wonder how you do sometimes. But yeah, I guess to start it off, how did you come up with Breckenball and what got you into FiGPiN?
Well, my name is Breckenridge. And so I was like, it'd be funny. What if I just, and I'm a bigger guy, so I got, a presence when I go through places, kind of like a wrecking ball. One day I was like, what if I was just the Breckengball? And it just became my Xbox username, and then my Steam username was it, and I just kind of adopted it, and an everyday thing. And it's a combination of the real name while a fake name, and it kind of it's just a fun little name to use. I wish I had a better story, but I think it was just one day of like, oh, that's a cute little name. I think I'll take that, call it my own.
It's funny because I thought it was you were doing like a Dragon Ball Z thing there with it. I didn't realize you were doing more of the Wrecking Ball thing.
Well, if you like Dragon Ball Z, that's the story now.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it's canon. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just a mix of the name and Wrecking Ball, and everyone seems to like it. I was like, well, if people like it, I like it, and so I've kind of kept it around as the moniker.
First name is Breckenridge.
Okay, so 95% of the time, that's what pops up. Yeah, the first name is Breckenridge. I've just gotten used to that as a point. I actually a quick tangent. I studied at Washington State University, which I go Cougs. I got to say that is legally in our contract when we attend. Went to one of the late night like diners there, and the girl, they do these milkshakes, and the girl working the counter was like, "Oh, I need your name for the milkshake." I go, "Oh, it's Breckenridge," and she stops and she goes, "Sir, I need you to use a real name." And so I pulled my student ID. I've never seen someone so apologetic. But yeah, no, Breckenridge is the first name. I get that a lot.
That's awesome.
It
Happened
sounds
to be
like
born in.
so that's why I almost thought Morgan was your first name.
Most people do. In fact, both my high school and my college, I showed up and my RA's like, "Hey, they had your name in backwards. I talked to admin like a couple weeks ago before you showed up and I helped get it fixed." I said, "Oh, that's great. Did they try to put Morgan as the first name?" And he goes, "No, they put Breckenridge as." And he's like, "Oh no." And it was fixed within like a couple hours, but for high school, I couldn't check out books for 2 weeks because they swapped it around.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah. It was fun.
Assumptions. We all have them. We all know what they're like.
Yep. But
So how did you get involved in FiGPiN then?
I actually have a little board right here. So I actually Breckengball and Breckenridge, that's part of the whole thing. So I've actually been collecting lapel pins for about close to a decade now, and I don't know if here I'll try to. They're falling off.
It's like when I need that audio where that little kid's all, "Oh shoot, that's cool."
Oh no,
I don't know if you guys
it's broken.
see it right there in the middle. There's a little Breckenridge, Colorado lapel pin with the mountains. It's that blue one, and
Very cool.
what happened was we went to Breckenridge. And my mom was like, "Hey, what?" I was just a teenager back in like 2012. My mom was like, "Hey, what touristy thing do you want? T-shirt, something that says Breckenridge." It's like, "T-shirt's gonna like tear. Hair, I'm not covering this beauty up. I'm not covering this up." And I don't know what drew me to it. There was a little section, and on it was the keychains, and I saw lapel pin. I was like, "Whoa, that's really shiny. I like that." And so I just picked it up and bought it. And I think I had like 20 FiGPiNs. We were going cross country for restationing for Navy. I had like 20 lapel pins by the end of the summer, and it just kept going. And then January 2019 in Moscow, Idaho, I was good friends with the guys at GameStop there. I walk in, they're like, "Hey, instead of like a coupon for being a pro member, you get a $5 coupon month, or instead of a discount, you get a $5 monthly coupon." It's like, "Let me pick up a lapel pin." And I saw they had a little Captain America lapel pin there, and to me at the time, I'm like, "Oh, whoa, little character lapel pins, this is so cool. I'm going to take them out of the box, put them on corkboard." And I picked those up, and next month my birthday rolled around, and I was like, "You know what, let me go see if they had more." And they had that XL Thanos, and I picked him up in February 2019. And so kind of just collecting lapel pins. And then GameStop one day was like, "Hey, here's a coupon." I was like, "Let me just buy more lapel pins." And I would just monthly go back and pick up my quota of a FiGPiN a month. So
yeah, I think we fall into that all too often with our quota of FiGPiNs.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I still think even just the other day I stopped by GameStop just to see if there was anything I could spend that $5 coupon on.
Yep. Yeah,
I just got the email today that that it was the new month. You have to go ahead and use your $5 coupon for this month. So.
Right? Yeah. Which cheap PlayStation 5 games on sale that I can get for under sub 20?
Yeah.
There you go.
February 1st, coupon FiGPiN day. Everyone go spend your GameStop Pro membership.
And it's funny that you say that, because I think I share the same story as well whenever I go ahead and talk about GameStop. Is like, yeah, well, the managers know me at GameStop. I mean, like, I think there's not one person that doesn't have a GameStop manager friend at this point. So
yeah, hold this pin for me. I'll be in. You know what I like. The good figs. Yeah.
If you ever see this, call me right away.
Yeah. Actually, my local one, I went in and they were getting the onward pins in, and I said, "Hey, this is gonna sound weird. Can I pre-order 12 of the dad FiGPiNs?" And they're like, "Why do you want 12 dad FiGPiNs?" And I explained, and they were cool with it. And I moved pre-orders over, but there's I got the one chase. I picked up the one regular, and they still got 10 dad FiGPiNs sitting on their shelf from my my canceled pre-orders. But they were cool about it. But that's what the friends get you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, hey, you got the chase.
Yep.
You know what? Funny enough, I don't know. Oh yeah, right here, right? Boom, as always.
It's a classic. I love it. It's a great pen.
Every time
Battle never fails to impress, man.
Oh,
Just pins coming out of nowhere.
Just
You know, I was
within
on a
arm's
road
reach
trip.
too. That's impressive.
Yeah, and then not only that, but based on my way it looks, like to be able to remember what pile it's in is even better. But yeah, I actually found him at a GameStop. Funny enough, I was out in the middle of nowhere. We were driving, I think, between here and Texas, and out in the middle of nowhere, saw a little GameStop. We stopped to eat, and I was just like, "Hey, Casey, I'm gonna just go check this." And sure enough, that's the one I found. Used my $5 on that. Came out all excited. You know, I didn't realize how few of these they made.
Yeah, it's only a few hundred. I mean, I feel like there's an app where I could check the run amount.
Wait, there's an app? What does an app
Crazy.
do?
What the FiGPiN?
What the thing? Can you put that? Put that
What the
number in
FiGPiN? I like so Getty just went ahead and gave you a compliment. Battle said that you have some nice dad legs.
there? Oh, man, you like them legs? Never skip leg day.
That's right.
He's not even a dad.
So Breckenridge, what is I guess your favorite pin and your least favorite pin that you got so far?
And how many do you have?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah.
I was actually just on the app. It's 504 dad legs out in the wild somewhere.
Wow.
Dang, yeah, 500. Yeah, I knew it was not that many.
I'm disappointed I didn't prepare better. I have 331 pins in my collection right now. I want to say maybe I have like 2 or 3 duplicates in it. There's a few that I bought, like there's this Luke Tauntaun lot someone sold a few months back. Had Luke Tauntaun, and it came with like 7 other pins, like Quill, one of the Childs, Ahsoka, Clone Wars Maul, just a bunch of a little variety. I got that for like $70, and I told my dad, I'm like, hey, I got some, Star Wars fig pins. I'll send them your way if you don't mind me taking. Or my mother-in-law was like, hey, I got these 3. If you don't mind me just taking the codes, just building up the points. And I probably have like 325 maybe original pins in there. Yeah.
Nice. So, and then with the pins that you start, so your Captain America pin and your Thanos, I know you said you went ahead and you had them, displayed on your cork board. Did you throw away the box and the sleeve, or do you still have them? Like, what did that look like?
I'm about to be unfollowed a lot on Instagram. Yeah, I threw the box away. I threw the sleeve away. I actually probably the first. This was probably the first, I'd say maybe like 30 pins. I threw the box away, and I was like, I should hold on to the box. And I actually created this joke of the under desk, because I would just keep my boxes under my desk. And I had this little pin made, and it was a wreck down there. And people are like, what are you doing? All the sleeves, all the boxes just strewn about. And I actually didn't keep sleeves until, in fact, actually one of my favorite pin is the gold white Ahsoka from Box Lunch. I really like the gold white, and Star Wars is my favorite line. And I don't have the sleeve because I threw it away when we bought it last year in like May, because I was like, I'll just, what? I'm not a big fan. It's just a piece of plastic around it. And don't worry, my attitude's changed. I'm looking at like 90% sleeve coverage up on my wall right here.
Very good.
But yeah, no, I threw the boxes away. That's my least.
Oh, hey, I mean, believe me, I know a lot of people that, some old collectors that they were, pin board collectors also, and they threw them away, and it was, they want to get out of the game, and, they're selling those pins. I mean, some of those pins were worth some money, but they were selling them still for $2 or $3 a pin because they did not have a box or the sleeve for it. So yeah, I mean, it's all right, man. Hey, it's however you want to display your stuff, and that's what you did now. But you found the way.
I found the way. This is, man, I would say this is the way. Which my Mando pins also don't have sleeves. That's that. Oh, go ahead.
How are you one of the elitists, and you have a bunch of boxes and tote bins, or how do you store them? You hang them on the wall?
Well, I'm kind of in between. Just moved from Pullman to Vancouver, Washington.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. Was unemployed for 7 months. Turns out a master's degree gets you, not even an email saying no thank you. But I got a job, but we're kind of in between. Mother-in-law lives here. She had extra room in her house, so we kind of just So we're in a little, I guess, an in-between house right now while we try to get established and get the money saved up and move into a house. But I've got some. I won't show you the whole room because this is what I call my FiGPiN reserve. It's it's for the exclusive. In fact, my little gold white Ahsoka goes up there, and
look at that.
toss the XL logo.
Awesome.
I don't know if you can see it. My wife in the background. Well, not my wife specifically, but that right there is she's said, okay, any glitter pin is my pin. And so all our glitter pins are on the shelf right there. And there's like the new ECC Deku and Ochaka, and one of the Christmas Grogu's is over there.
Very nice.
So they're mostly on display, but at Emerald City Comic Con, I know the cons, they had little FiGPiN bags. And I was like, well, the FiGPiN bags, amazing. I guess they designed it this way, are about the length of a FiGPiN. And so I just started loading them up, and I've got a couple ECCC bags set in the closet that kind of have I guess some of my older pins like Crash Bandicoots in there, some Clone Wars Mall, kind of those more common pins. I'm like, I don't want to display you, but I'd rather between Clone Wars Mall and Chrome, Boba Fett, there's a hierarchy.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely have to choose. It gets a little outrageous, doesn't it? Look at John behind him.
I see all you guys with your HeroCon. I'm like, right as I saw it popping up, and I was watching the older episodes, so I'm like, I'm gonna take a note of that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna actually have 5 Hero Complex displays, but my first one for the logo, and they came in. My wife's gonna paint them for the Incredibles box set, and she wants to do a little red gold theme on them.
That's awesome. Which
this took a lot of time to go ahead. Well, not a lot of money as well.
It looks so good.
It took a lot of time to go ahead and put up. And I think Battle asked me the last time was how did I get it to be level? Believe me, these are not level by any means. But I did start right up at the ceiling, so I made sure that was level before I even started, and I just started working from there. But yeah, I mean, so it's definitely a passion for sure. And we have Professor FiGPiN asking a pretty good question. So your wife has the best pins then?
Yeah. Turns out, when you spend the money on the FiGPiNs and you need, your wife to be okay with it, you say, okay, and any pins come in. I told her, hey, you know what, Christmas Grogu's, I got to give a shout out. I work night shift. So I just woke up like 45 minutes ago. If I seem a little off, Disney Fig Fan picked me up the gold Grogu when he dropped, and so I was like, okay, well, I got gold Grogu, and I'm like, okay, you know what, Star Wars is mine, but I guess you can have the regular glitter one. And but yeah, she laid claim to them, and so I can still look at them. They're right there. I mean, luckily we're in a room, so I just got to kind of turn that direction. And
hey, well, as far as I know, she's the main star of your show, so you got to keep her happy.
The little tangents of random laughter in the background. I mean, that's a good point. She, I mean, it's a good point to, I don't plan those Instagram things as much because that laughing is genuinely her. Like, she'll just lay in bed right there, kind of not watching. And then she'll hear the Star Wars music plays. And then I'll say, it's Krusty. And she just loses it because she's like, what are you doing?
I did see that one. That was like last week or 2 weeks ago, I think, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one. Well, I since we're on that subject, how did you get into that content creation piece of it? Like, what inspired you to go ahead and do it, and where do you see yourself going with it?
We'll see myself going probably Hollywood. I'm actually working. I don't know if on the Instagram page I said it coming to ABC Families this fall.
I very much see a resemblance of like Josh Gad with you. So
yeah, we're gonna ABC Family, and then Disney reached out. I have a Disney deal incoming. I don't think anyone else related to FiGPiN has any sort of Disney exclusive deals. It'd be crazy.
Except Disney stores, nothing.
Yeah, I'll be. It's gonna be a Disney original movie called The FiGVenger. It's gonna be starring myself, and it's you guys are gonna love it when it comes out. But that's where I'm going with it. I gotta say, where it came from though. I got into the Discord. I started collecting casually January 2019. I started buying more pins because moved, had a little more money, kind of life settled down, wasn't in that moving marriage phase anymore. And I was like, okay, weddings good, moving's good. Let's start getting back into the things I like. Went to GameStop, just saw tons of pins with the Walmart, Target. I was like, whoa. And so I checked out the subreddit, and after about a month, I saw the Discord. So I hopped into the Discord and started getting more involved with the people in there, and people started sharing their Instagrams, like Tofu and Frankenstein. And, there's so many people I could name. And I was like, whoa, everyone's taking these really beautiful, like artistic pictures, like well put up studios. I'm like, I can't, you know what? That niche is taken. I'm like, but you know what? I don't think I've seen anyone like throw a fig pin down a stair and call it content. So I saw that vacuum and I just sucked it right up and took my little corner of the market.
Dude, I love it, man. Yeah, and we have another person, Zero, saying that, you know, his favorite review so far has been the John Cena one, which that is what totally drew me to you know, to you and your channel. So yeah, I mean, that was probably my favorite one. So did you care to go ahead and share a little bit about that John Cena review?
Yeah, that was another one. My wife just lost her mind in the background because she hears it. It's empty. There's nothing there, you know, because there are pins I know that I'm never gonna own. But and I think even in the comment, no. I'm making something. I'm working on a little project of mine, but I was like, you know what? Haha, can't see John Cena. That's a joke. I tell jokes. I'll tell that joke, and I just adapted it to FiGPiN and I think that was one example. I'm like, you know what? I'm not a big wrestling fan myself. I was like, oh, it's gonna be funny. That one got a much larger reaction than I thought it was gonna be. And it's always cool to see, you know, post a video that I'm like, okay, you know what? That's funny. That's good. Haha, let's move forward. And then people hop in and they're like, oh, that was the best episode. That was so good. And I'm like, you like that? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll keep doing that kind of thing then. Yeah, and so it's always nice to have, you know, I try to get a variety of videos out there with, you know, little jokes. And I one thing I try to do, and one reason I don't give myself a consistent upload schedule is I only upload when I think of something. I'm like, yeah, I'll be in the shower. I'm like, that's funny. Yeah, that's good. And I try to avoid that kind of repetitious post video and try to do something special every one. And so it's always cool when someone has, you know, a video like the John Cena one that they like, you know, because I make them to make people laugh, you know.
No, man, I think I mean every video I've seen so far, I mean, I think you're funny. You're definitely good at what you do with it. So yeah, I'm always look forward to seeing your stuff. And do you want to go ahead and share your you know, where people can find you for that content, so that, you know, kind of giving yourself that plug there?
Yeah, you can find me on MySpace at I've never used MySpace. I don't know how to actually get to my account, but I'm actually I have 2 Instagrams.
Are you on Deezer?
I'm on, yeah.
Yes. I don't know. Yeah. One of those things.
Well, I'm on Brexter. It's my new social media. I'm currently the only one on there, and it's just my living room, but it's social media. In real life is what I call it. No, if you go and you find Breckengball on Instagram, you're at the wrong spot. I know, it's crazy. That's another Instagram I have, and I can't figure out how to change my handles.
Oh man.
And so if you go find Breckenball, so that little B, it's if you put a V there, so it's Breckenball. There'll be a picture of my wife and I at our wedding, you know, really cute. You're like, oh, this is gonna be cute. And then you jump in, it's just a bunch of memes and videos of me shooting fig pins out of cannons. And but yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm hoping I realize it's kind of hard to find them all. So I think I might go and try to download them all. I've got them on my phone and try to upload them to YouTube as kind of like an archive, an easier way to navigate through them. I post memes from time to time, and but yeah, no, I'm on Instagram.
Now, is FiGPiN your only, like on your other one, do you do little videos for anything else, or is this mainly your only outlet?
I think the other one was my RED, my residential education director, who's in charge of my residence hall at WC when I was an RA. I was like, hey, you got to make social media because all the Fleek fam kids do it, bro. And I was like, okay. And I think I had one right there. And I think if I go to Breckengball, and you're free to go to Breckengball, it's literally just, okay, it's a picture of Minecraft builds that I posted like 10 years ago. I don't know why they have this still. But you can go see a really bad world spawn thing I was making, I guess. But I'm at some point going to try to figure out how to fix that. But yeah, no, it's Breckenball if you want to go find me.
That's awesome. So you were talking about buying a lot of fig pins. What would you say is your most expensive fig pin that you have bought?
Probably the Captain America pin, just because I bought that one. I was like, fig pins are neat, and now you know, it's thousands in the hole. So that pin's probably worth thousands alone in my heart. You know, that's a tough question because I'm not sure. I don't typically I guess all the grails I have, I try to get discount. I like my Luke Tauntaun. I look on Mercari and eBay and chasers and stuff, and I see it going for like 150, something like that. And I'm like, oh, whoa, that's crazy. Then I think it was Disney Fig Fan or Bears Den collection. Someone in the Discord posted said, whoa, there's this cool lot on eBay, and it was Luke Tauntaun and like 7 other Star Wars fig pins for $70. And so like I got logo 1 as well. Someone slashed the price half off, and I picked up logo 1 for like $20 like 3 months back. I got like 6 of the Iron Mans, like the Infinity War, gold, all those for like $20 a piece, and a lot. So that's a tough question. I think the most I've spent individually on a pin is maybe $40 for gold white Ahsoka, and then like I have the My Hero Academia box set. And between that and the logo, it was a 300. It was this little save up, spend a month kind of, and then if one popped up, and I was like, oh, 300, that's not bad. So I think maybe like $60 a pin, and that's just because I casually collected Spider-Man Noir 1 month, Crash Bandicoot 1 month, and so I'm kind of catching up and trying to fill those little holes of like, you know what? Yeah, I could buy a Vegeta over 9,000, but I'm still missing Cara Dune and the Target Grogu exclusive. So let me kind of hit those pins before I start jumping into the, if we talk in a year, I'm oh yeah, I dropped 1,500 on Rare Thanos the other day, pocket change. But for now, I think probably just like a couple box sets that were marked up a bit, maybe 3-time pin cost.
No, that's a good deal still.
I really wish I had your sense of control when it comes to buying big pins.
I see the logos in the back, and that's an impressive collection right there.
Very much so. Mm-hmm. I kind of think it is kind of funny. I don't know if I've seen John's pin board yet, now that I think about it, but I do kind of find it funny how a lot of the people who've adopted fig pins have a little pin board obsession that all these other pins have gone on. You know what? In fact, I think it was TMNT Collector on Instagram posted up a sale for his 3-inch Donatello and I think Leo when they were recovering in that house from the movie. And they're the sketches, and they look super cool. So I picked those up today.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice. I actually don't collect other pins. The only other pins that I have, and I stopped collecting years ago, was Disney pin trading company pins. Yeah. I mean, I remember being there the first year that they started Disney pin trading, and I had family that worked for Disney, so we would when their employee lounge, not lounge thing, but their employee shopping area was cool. Not that it's not cool now, but it's obviously a whole retail section of its own right now.
Right.
And I would pick up a bunch of pins from them. So yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't have other pins. I mean, there's some pins that I've obviously started collecting because of this, right? So we have Hatcher's Collectibles and Nerds That Collect, and Pops and Pins and all those other Tagums logos. So I have some of those pins, but I don't collect any other pins outside of FiGPiN and pin trading.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean Disney pins. That's a rabbit hole. You think fake pins are expansive? Look at those lists. That's thousands upon thousands.
Yeah,
it's dangerous.
Yep.
So, what would you want to see on the dream board?
Yeah, I saw this question, and I interpreted this as just what pins would I like to see, right? Is there's this magic dream board that I'm unaware of? There's something.
No, just like anything that hasn't been made that you would like to really be made.
Yeah, so either a license or a character that you think that a FiGPiN would do. What would you like to see?
Well, I'll start my wife's real quick because I told her about this interview and she's like, yeah, if you don't tell them that I want Toothless and Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon, I'll divorce you. So I'll throw hers out real quick.
That would be an awesome one.
That would be, I actually weaseled in on the Discord. I was like, hey, can you make me some fan pins of Toothless and Hiccup? And so he's got them on his Instagram. He posts them up there. Oh, it made me sad because they're not real. You look at a fan pin, you're like, I'm going to buy it. And then
oh yeah, then like, why isn't this out yet? And they do such a good job where it looks as if it's ready for production too.
Yeah, and I remember the first time I made one, I had a FiGPiN fan reach out to me. He's like, "Hey, so we actually use this fan pin thing just so people don't confuse it for a FiGPiN," and I think that's neat. And there's a file somewhere around with that on it. I actually at the start of the year I posted in the Discord because it's I'm in Chasers, I'm in the Discord, I'm in the Boosters group as well. I'm in a bunch of groups, but I posted in the Discord. I said, "Hey, you know what? I've got this Google sheet." And what I did was I opened it I opened it for a week, and then I forgot to close it for a month. But it's closed. I actually asked people. I'm like, "Hey, you know, put your name on the left side, and then what are the top 3 pins that you'd like to see this year?" And so I had like 20. Yeah, looking at this, like 22 people respond with their top. You know, at the very top, I made it, so I'm number 1, so I get to go first. And I put on the board, I was like, you know, I'd like to see a lightning Palpatine pin. And if we could get like a glow lightning, kind of like Deku's lightning from ECCC, and have that on the Palpatine.
Him like with the,
just shooting it out and have low glow lightning coming out. I'd love to see something like that.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. And then I feel free to kick me from the call. Actually, I like Star Wars. I enjoyed the sequel movies. And so one thing I'd love to see is kind of going more into, the themes of the Star Wars movie, have like a dyad dual set of like a white gold ray with kind of, do you remember that all black Batman? Yeah, kind of have like an all black Kylo version of it. So you can kind of have the white gold and the all black, and having like
that'd be cool
dyad, darkness and light pin set.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, that was, I guess, reasonably, I feel like those pins should be coming any month now. I'd say those are probably the top 3 pins that if I saw them, I'd say, you know what? Screw $40, $60 a pin. Here's 80.
Here's 80. We'll just put
it
right up to 100. We'll put your tip on there.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure with the with the crazy huge announcement from last week into this week, with Disney joining to have park exclusives as well as on Shop Disney, DreamWorks is only around the corner, so maybe your wife hopefully will get a How to Train Your Dragon sooner or later.
Oh, love to see it.
I really wonder. I hope they make some awesome pins. I know they've been dropping some new ones almost every day. I just hope I can keep up.
Oh yeah.
So they've dropped 10 so far. I think that they probably have a few more up their sleeve.
They have 10 announced so far. I think
they just announced the Mickey and Minnie today, so that would make it 10.
So Mickey, Minnie, Figment, Orange Bird, Belle,
Maleficent.
Yeah.
Mike was
then the Grogu and R2 and
Proto Boba.
Boba.
Hey, there's so many. That's awesome. I'm loving it.
And I'm pretty sure they have a few more that are up their sleeve that they have not announced yet. So I would expect that to go ahead and be happening.
Yeah, I heard
obviously the big question of the day is, when is this going to be released? I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about what that looks like. How close are they to production? Does Disney have it in their warehouse, at their parks to go ahead and do it? So I'm not positive what that looks like.
If listening, they need to make a heroes box to go with their villains box that they already have. We need those male heroes like Hercules. We need those. Simba, right?
If they just did a box set of all the animals, or not even the box set, just like the animals of all Disney, pumped.
Lion King would be a cool little one to do. Yeah.
Yep.
So
give me some Dalmatian. Give me some, give me some awesomes.
Yeah, I saw some rumors flowing around that I think there's supposed to be like 13 Disney exclusives to kick it off. So I think we've got like 3 more. And knowing them, I wouldn't be surprised if here's 14, 15 or something like that. And the ones that have dropped. So I've actually got the FiGPiN official Instagram up right now just to check them all out. And
they look so good. I'm a little nervous, but so excited at the same time, because I started showing Casey. I'm like, look, it's happening. It's at Disney. Hopefully some of those Disney pins I picked up that were way too expensive maybe have held their value or will increase value. And she just looked at me and she goes, are we still going to Target later today? I said, yeah. She goes, we're going to Walmart later today? She said, yeah. She goes, we're going to Disneyland later today? I said, yeah, let's go. So I think we might be traveling to California, Florida way more than I ever expected.
That's awesome.
You know what? I'll remember that. I'll DM you.
So Cecilia from the Discord, as well as from Boosters, she just shared that Amato had mentioned that the pins should most likely be available in the parks within the first or second week of this month. So yeah, I mean, I guess they're coming out, that quickly. So that'd be great to go ahead and see a quick turnaround time. I wonder what's gonna hit first. Are we gonna have the Target exclusive Ultron from the the old school Marvel wave hit Target first, or are these Disney pins gonna happen first? So let's see what happens.
I remember Bumblebees. I have a couple of the Transformers line. I only picked up Bumblebee when I saw it because I was like, this is real, this is here. And I think I like my Target I posted in the Discord, like no one else had it yet. And like one other person found it and they're losing their mind. And so I mean, yeah, because Disney only has, I guess, between now and like 2025 then if they want to get it out before Target exclusive Ultron.
That's true.
Yeah, they better get their game together. Yeah, who knows where it's at on that pallet somewhere in Target.
Well, and one thing I'm interested with the Disney pins is that I was looking at it as we were talking about them. Because the FiGPiN, the Orange Bird, which is their Epcot stuff. I knew about FiGPiN. I looked into the history of Orange Bird. That's one thing I like about FiGPiN. I see something. I'm like, it's the only reason I watched My Hero Academia and got into it was because I bought a FiGPiN. Now I pretty caught up, but it's all of the exclusives so far, except for the Disney parks. FiGPiN and Orange Bird have the Shop Disney, so I'm hoping.
Correct.
I'm wondering if we'll see those Shop Disney around the same time that they'll drop into the park, or if it'll be something that drops into the park and then, or maybe like the parks get first edition lot A, and maybe Disney's like, oh yeah, well we'll do first edition lot B or something, or second edition lot A. Sorry, Mike, I don't want to mean to scare you right now. See something like that on the Shop Disney app, or when we're going to see those.
You don't have to be a member or anything to Shop Disney, right?
No, as soon as someone in the Discord was like, yeah, download these apps, and I download Shop Disney. Just you have to sign up. You have to get a username. Breckengball's taken. You got to do an email, password, that kind of stuff. And it just
good thing I signed up as Breckenball.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're still in the real glory. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what. When obviously it's a huge announcement for FiGPiN. One, to have it be, officially tradable inside the parks is huge. So that's pretty cool. And I brought this up in, I believe it was Chasers or the Discord channel, one of the Discord channels, that my concern is going to be that, especially if FiGPiN and Orange Bird are only in the parks, that if people are actually going to trade those pins, it's going to be very difficult to find. And you, Breckenridge, you can attest that you threw out your very first, few boxes and sleeves. If people are going to trade these, they're not going to bring the box and the sleeve with them into the park. Yeah. So it'll be hard to find pins complete if it's only in the park and they actually only trade them. So we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully it's not too bad, but we'll see.
Well, now, one fear I guess I had real quick when thinking about that, I'm like, how many are people gonna? I mean, it's for the people that care about the app more than the pins itself. And I was like, what, these have a code that's tied to. Verifiers are potentially going to have a field day, because what if someone unlocks the pin? They're like, okay, I've got the pin in my app, don't even think about it, and then just trade it. Because they're like, oh, I unlocked the pin, especially new people coming into it. When they see it, they're like, oh, there's a code, put it into the app there. And then, 2 days later, they don't think about the FiGPiN app, and they're like, oh, I'm going to trade these pins. And, you get a FiGPiN from a board that someone traded or something, and you try to put it in, and you're like, oh, someone has this in their account right now, And so I'm wondering if there's going to be something around that as well. I mean, that's why we had the verifier program. Send a picture of the.
And you bring up a good point. Another question that I have is, what is it going to look like for, unlock? Are they going to go ahead and be like, hey, these pins are automatically unlockable, and it's going to be how it was, like, rush to the park and you're the first person and running through the park to try to grab a pin and go to the side and unlock the pin? Or are they going to go ahead and be where, hey, if the first set of pins hit, on February 2nd, we're going to wait until February 15th to go ahead and give an unlock date to see what that looks like. So, I mean, I could imagine that with being Shop Disney ones, but if how, Breckenball said that, the only two that are not showing as Shop Disney available with FiGPiN and Orange Bird, what are they going to do with those pins there? So,
yeah, it's very. I'm excited to see it play out. Okay.
I have a couple thoughts or at least questions that I wonder is a few things. So like Figment and Orangeburg, aren't they specific to like Florida? And then California has their own. And then Paris and all these Japan, right? Are they all gonna have like, do you have to visit each park to get just those certain ones? Are they going to be cross-posted across the parks? And then are they limited edition of 1,000? Are they limited edition of like 50,000? Do we have any idea on lot size?
Uh,
I would be surprised if it was anywhere besides California and Florida. And I would think the other markets would be the Shop Disney, just because they don't have a huge presence international right now. I mean,
But
they
don't
did
you
have,
think-
small like Australia and Latin America, but I would be very surprised if they were at the parks across the world.
I don't know. I now expect Mickey dressed up as Charles de Gaulle at Paris Disney. That's my one expectation. It's going on my list for things I want this year.
Yep. So guys, I do have to go ahead and share. I'm not sure if you know who Scoop Sanderson is, but he is a huge Disney person. He worked with Disney for several years, is huge into pins, and he actually just jumped into the chat. So thank you guys. Thank you, Holland, for joining us. That's so awesome for you. Being part of it. That's really cool.
Welcome.
My first guess is I kind of had this weird thought of, I wonder if Walmart was FiGPiN's test run to show Disney they could handle volumes of like 10K.
Yeah, but Walmart did horrible with distributing those pins.
Which,
so I mean,
Walmart, but maybe, so I'm thinking maybe they're 10K lots.
I don't know.
So I posed this question, and the question back to me was, well, what do you consider huge lot sizes? So my response was, I consider a huge lot size anywhere between 10 to 100,000, as we've seen with those video game promotional pins. So the Goku from the Kakarot video games. You have the Assassin's Creed's pins. Those are all video game promos that have huge lot size. The Haiichi has 50 something thousand out of that. So to me, that's a huge lot size. If it's going to be, say it again.
It's huge.
That's the only word that your like East Coast accent comes out. It's huge.
Huge. It's also my nasaliness. I'm sorry about it. So if it's going to be below 10,000, amazing. Absolutely amazing. If it's between 2 and 5,000, man, my hair is really, I'm sorry guys. I'm totally a mess.
Me too, man. Me too.
But if it's between 2 to 5,000 pins, I would say that's going to be a supreme pin lot size for sure, for seeing how big Disney is.
If it was that small, I would almost think like they would. I mean, as long as they could start making A, B, C, Ds again. But I don't know what their business model looks like, what they want to do with that. But
yeah, because I think they said that Disney has the choice of production stuff, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I would just think between two parks, they get how many thousands of people a day? Like I would just say a lot size of a couple thousand, I just think would be poof, history, dust in the wind within a couple flippers,
Oh yeah, even the the FiGPiN exclusives, like what is it? Hawks, Tauntaun, Luke, all runs of like what 2K, and if you find them, that's 80 to $100 for those, and we don't have to fight the Disney pin collectors for those, and
goodness, that that really could change the game for them.
It's like two passionate pin collecting communities just getting mashed together. It's beautiful. We're all married now.
That's so cool. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be I'm really excited to see if have you all seen the backs of the Disney pins?
No.
One
they
thing
have their new pack there, yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't been to a Disney park in 2015, but I've got a bunch of Disney pins. One in last time I was like, I'm gonna spend like $150 on lapel pins. I think I spent like $50,000 on lapel pins.
Oh jeez.
One thing I'm interested to see, because they've got the pin trading thing, but they also have I don't know if you can see it. They're little like Mickey
Oh,
mini
yeah, you know
imprints
what?
on it. So
I do have a couple of those.
I'm really curious to see if
I
we're going to
forgot.
see those on the back of the FiGPiN Disney exclusives.
That would
I think
be
it'd be super cool.
That would be epic cool. We actually just found some. It kind of makes me really sad and think, how the hell has time gone by so far? But we just found some Disney Park pins from 2000.
Wow.
Got an old Thumper one. It was like still when they was doing the gold backing, and still that silver one. So it was like, how the heck has that been 20 something years ago already? Jeez Louise.
That's awesome.
No, Disney pins are a treat. They're absolutely a treat. So it's really cool to see.
I'm just hoping that pink dress Ariel just became way more popular.
You know, it was hard to get it before. Well,
We just found some Disney Park pins from 2000. You playing back, Joe?
is that what that is? I thought I was going crazy.
It was like still when they was doing the
So
gold.
out of the new Disney ones that so far have been announced, which one's your favorite out of the bunch? I'm guessing it's the Star Wars.
You're right, Mike Wazowski. Yeah, that was. I think everyone was piecing that together. No, actually, out of all of them, as much as I want to say the Star Wars ones, I'd probably have to go with the Maleficent, because I really want to see what that texturing is on the.
Hold on, guys. I think I did something here.
Playing back, Joe, you did.
I'm trying.
That is. I thought I was going crazy.
So out of the new,
Is that better?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I had the stream popped up there, but it's went to put the volume back on. I apologize about that, guys.
no problem.
Just you get 2 streams tonight for the price of 1, everyone. That's the quality content. What the FiGPiN brings you.
Multiverse.
Multiverse. Yeah.
So it's Maleficent for you, Breckengball. What about you, Battle?
I want to see that new Mickey and Minnie, the dress and the suit on them that were all glitter and star-like. That look.
I believe that's their 50th anniversary decorations.
That'd be so cool.
Oh, who's connecting with us?
Guys, we have someone special about to join us here.
Oh, jump in.
Hello,
Holland.
Am I actually on?
Yeah, yes, you are.
Can hear you.
I have big fan ears.
Holland,
That's
thank you so much for joining us, man. I know this is totally impromptu, but yeah,
Thanks for asking me. Hold on, I got to do something like.
anniversary decorations.
I think I got to mute something.
Yeah, probably go to, if you have YouTube open, just put the volume on mute in the YouTube. Guys, we have someone special about to join us here. I hear myself.
Hello.
All right, be patient with me.
No problem.
Yeah, yes, you are. Can hear you.
I'm trying to mute. I got to figure out how to mute. Stupid. Hold on. I think, is that it? YouTube. Allow, or maybe don't allow.
I think that you stopped it.
I think I did.
Yeah.
There you go.
I hear it. There we go.
So
I'm still looking at YouTube the whole. I want to go back to Zoom because everything's stop animation. There we go. All right.
Awesome.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Like a kid.
This is a true surprise. So Holland, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for
I
inviting
hope you
me.
don't mind having the surprise guest. It was definitely a surprise to me as well. So but thank you for joining us. Holland, did you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to to the group here? So first, we've chatted on Facebook a little bit. My name is John. So it's a pleasure to meet you in person.
You too, John.
We have our host, FiGPiN Battle, and then we also have Alex with us. And then tonight's guest was Breckengball, and he's joining us from Washington.
Hi, Holland.
Cool. Hey, that's where the headquarters is, isn't it?
Yep, up in Seattle. I'm about 2.5 hours south in the Portland area.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm Holland Hayes. Most Disney people know me as Scoop from my pin days there. I hit Main Street as Scoop when I'd done a couple of other gigs at Disney, so I'm an actor. And they call Disney the golden handcuffs because if you can keep a contract, the contracts are yearly. If you can keep a contract as an actor there, it's kind of a gravy train. So we try to stay there as long as we can. I hit Main Street Becca in 2000 as a new character, but pin trading was coming in with the Millennium Celebration. Celebrate the Future Hand in Hand was the theme of the Millennium Celebration. So hand-to-hand pin trading was kind of embodied that. So it was all over the pins and everything, and pins really took off way crazier than they ever thought they would. It was inspired by Olympic pin trading at the Olympics. People had blankets out all over the place, and it was just, pandemonium, as they say.
Yeah.
And so they wanted that same madness at Disney World, and the merchants there figured out they could probably make a lot of money, and they did. They way surpassed what they thought they would and created what they called a Disney tradition of pin trading.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what got the people is what got me hooked, though. I love the little works of art. I'm astounded by the fig pins. I thought fig pins were more figural, like, are you familiar with the Stitch Crashes Disney pins? Anybody? So they're molded and they're kind of sculptural figure, whatever you want to call them. And I kind of thought that's what fig pins were because I only ever saw them from, outside the box.
Yeah.
But now that I've gotten to see them, I see what amazing art, graphics, and the filling process and the thickness and everything. And so I'm really growing to love them. And now that I'm holding them in my hands, that's how a pin's got to live with you for the rest of its life or whatever. I hear actually there's a lot of flipping of fig pins, but
that there is, yes.
yeah. So I'm here to learn, and I love talking about pins, and I love that there are other people that love talking about other pins I haven't talked about to death. When I was on Main Street at Disney, I was kind of the encyclopedia of Disney pins, and
That's a lot.
And it's nice to meet the new ones.
So, and Holland, I know that there's something special about you and Disney as far as pins. I mean, not just being a character there, but you're the only other person besides Walt himself to have a pin be actually made of him. That's a Disney official pin. So, do you care to share like how that happened and what that what that looked like for you?
I think you're right. I don't know, but as human beings go, there's not a lot of human beings other than princesses and those kinds of animated human beings in pins. So so when I hit Main Street, I knew the pin trading thing was going on, so I went and talked to the people in merchandise, actually the project manager for pin trading. Every park had a project manager for that. It was a special project. And you can imagine when it first kicked off, distributing all the lanyards and all the pins on them, and then managing what came on and off of those pins and stuff like that. So it was a really weird time. Any limited edition pin they came out with, people snatched them up. And they made editions of 10,000, 20,000 on a couple of pins, which they would never do nowadays. They've hiked them up to like 3,000 and 4,000, but having edition sizes of 500 to 1,000 really kept it fresh, especially if it ended up being a good pin. And as you all must know, the pin itself, the art, the subject, whatever it is, the emotion, the characters expressing, and all those kinds of things are what really matter. And in theme parks, it's a little different because and I swear I'll get to whatever the question was.
No, please, we love it.
It is super interesting.
Once I get to start talking, let me get a drink. Once I get started talking, it's hard to stop. So anyway, pins were just going nuts, and people had a lot of questions about him. And as the reporter on Main Street, I answered a lot of questions, and I tried to answer more than I asked because the key to improv is make an offer, don't ask a bunch of questions. Fortunately, a reporter can ask questions, but I tried not to fall back on that. So, but people had questions about pins. I had happened to find some really cool pins that were cheap that I wore on my lapel, and I had actually people had to trade them off your lapel, and people aren't required to trade off their clothes. They're required to trade off that lanyard they gave them. So it made for interesting opportunities to teach people manners. And that became kind of the focus of what I did, the manners and pin trading etiquette, along with how they're made. Because to me, each one's a little individual handmade work of art. And a lot of handwork goes into making the pins. And so I had a little confusion about the FiGPiNs. I even made a misstatement in that video. Did anybody see the video I put on TikTok?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for looking at it. And then somebody, I put Mickey and Minnie on my profile. Yeah, my profile pic. Did anybody see that?
Yep.
Yep.
And apparently that was a big deal. So
yeah, they had to drop it right after you posted it. So
huh?
They had to drop
it. Yeah. So, gosh, I wish there'd have been a letter in the box of pins they sent me, so I would have known better. So I'm not going to talk about anything more about what I get until I have I feel authorized to. And you know what? They permitted me to leave that image there. They were very kind about the whole thing, and it was actually kind of fun to see something like that happen, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah. Well, and we actually have someone on the chat right now who actually shared the picture. He is FiGPiN Alerts, so
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he shares a lot of information out there. So he posted that picture pretty quickly.
Alert. Thanks for using my photo.
Hey, you making your statement in FiGPiN, man. That's all good.
Yeah. Hey, and it got all of us very excited. So I think it's a win.
Thanks, Alex.
Sure.
And I love seeing all your FiGPiNs in the background.
Yep.
Yeah. It's believe me, it's a lot of work and quite a lot of money.
Where are yours, Breckengball?
I'm kind of, they're still getting set up. Some are put away. I'm in between houses right now. If I next to me, I have my FiGPiN reserve. Some of my favorite pins right there. Yeah, I was checking out your Instagram. I saw that photo. And it's always one thing I like is how FiGPiN treats a lot of the more long-term people. You're very big into the Disney, so do you know what an AP is?
Sure.
Yeah.
You?
No, I don't. I keep seeing these. Actually, the first 6 months I didn't. I kept wondering what. But
would you like to know those terminologies?
No, I know what an AP is.
Oh, okay.
I've got like 5 over there. Sorry, I'm a bit of a mischievous rascal in the community.
Oh, yeah.
Anything serious comes out of my mouth, you need to get worried. Yeah. But no, I always think it's cool when someone so involved with something. As we've been talking, you've been bringing things up, and I've been just Googling in the background, kind of listening to you and seeing that stuff. It's always nice when people such as yourself that are big in the community kind of get these little ahead of time things of like hey, you're big, check these out, check out what we got coming to the Disney pin. And I'm looking at your Instagram right now, and I see that photo, and it's always nice when people such as yourself.
I feel like they asked me to do it because I really love pins. And I'm excited about Disney pins, but I gotta be honest. I got what's his name? The guitar player for AC/DC, Angus. I got an Angus pin the other night at Walmart. So I took my friend Walmart and Target shopping with me for FiGPiNs. And he was in hysterics. So anyway, he watched my TikTok today, and he said, I hope it can be more like that because I seemed a little bored or something. But, I was so worried about managing the camera and everything. And I love pins. And I wasn't even nuts about Figment when I saw that pose, because that's kind of an unusual pose for Figment. And I just wondered why they chose that one. And then when I got it, he is so cute.
And I tell you, when you go ahead and you share the, you take the pin and you kind of do the whole thing, and you're bringing it in closer, like you could just see the depth that they put into that pin. Like, I mean, I thought it was actually almost a molded, like a 3D pin of how well that artwork looked like.
Right. And I did too when I first saw them. So I thought they were like, and if anybody knows what the stick crash is, or Disney's got a line they're doing at the parks with, like FiGPiNs, they're like, you know how a toy comes in on a card and then bubble wrapped onto, any of the little figurines and all that. They're doing pins like that I guess are supposed to be inspired by, I don't know what they're doing. They're always trying, just make a good pin as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
But which is what FiGPiNs does. I just love a good figural, a good pose, good art, good graphics, good coloration. I love art and I love sculpture. Sculpture's like my favorite art. But it's really great it's like those, I don't know, more modern sculpture. You know how old sculpture is always people and horses and stuff? And modern sculpture, like the balloon and, the big giant stuff. And that's what this feels like to me.
Yeah.
Also big castle pins have that feel, and it's just how art affects me. And so I really love that aspect of it. And then, of course, the emotional attachment to the characters and the people, that you associate with the characters, the people that collect the characters you collect with, that that you're now friends with. And now I got some new pin pals who collect FiGPiNs. So
yes, definitely.
I'm kind of beside myself.
So we actually have a question, from the chat that's actually pretty interesting, and maybe you might have a grasp on it with your reach into the the Disney pin side of things. Is there a feeling, a thought of how the Disney pin people are feeling about FiGPiN coming into the world yet, or are they aware of it? Like, what does that look like?
Well, I like, if I go to a pin training event, I see 1 in 1%, and but there's a huge volume of pins. But I'll see that same number of Funko, whatever, vinyl.
Yep.
If you know what that is, and so so. I mean, they exist to people, but I don't think they've grasped. See, here's the thing about Disney park pins. You go to the parks looking to trade. You got your lanyard on. You might bring a bag with you. You're going to buy, right? Maybe mystery packs. God, I got hooked on the 50th mystery boxes. And it's just so stupid, they're going to be everywhere in 10 minutes. Just hang on. But they were so beautiful. They had this gorgeous little gold pouch inside that was such a great color. That's that gold matched with the navy blue, unless it's iridescent rainbow, everything, so anyway, when you go and wait in line for a pin, and you have to wait a long time if it's a big release. And going to the parks with people and meeting up and trading and helping each other. I mean, everybody's got everybody on speed dial. So, well, I'll go get this for you and you get that for me. And so there's this real community and camaraderie about it. And don't get me wrong, there are the resellers I'm totally cool with resale. Man, resell like mad and get as much as you can, because that means my collection's going to be worth that much more, Right, and people try to undervalue and lowball and all that. And I guess, whatever works for you, but, or gouge, well, if you're, they're not gouging anybody who doesn't want to pay for it. Right. Yeah. And so I've been there. I just paid, maybe in one of my videos, I'll show you, which maybe one of you guys can explain to me how to TikTok and IG and all, I do live sales because somebody told me that's how, and I think I've got a handle on that. It's the only reason I'm able to talk to you right now. Well, I do audition on Zoom a lot, but anyway, I don't know where I was, and I don't think it really matters at this point. So
no, that's all good, man.
Yeah.
So out of, and we'll make sure that you only share out of the 10 pins that have been released so far to the public. Do you have a favorite pin so far. So we have, Figment, Orange Bird. There's R2 with Grogu. There's the Boba Fett.
So the Maleficent is beautiful.
Okay.
So I'm going to show them
agree.
all off. Since I'm the guy who has them, I'm going to do what I did on TikTok. And if you can, I want to keep doing this. And what I really want to keep doing is talking about the pins in a loving way, hopefully knowledgeably. I don't know much about the registering and boosting and all that kind of stuff, but maybe
I did see that there was
people.
some people that went ahead and commented that they did see your pin in the unlocker room and they boosted you a couple of times. So there's people that already recognize you.
I still don't know what that means, but thank you. And I know you boosted me, John. So,
And
but
I
I know I'll be even happier about it when I know what it means.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, over the next couple of days, showing what I'm going to confirm I'm allowed. And then, but weren't those great costumes they had? See, talking about it with other people, I get excited.
Yeah.
I hold it in my hand and I hold the camera up and try to get it. I don't get excited about it. Talking to you, I get excited about it. And the costumes.
I like the costumes for sure. It's definitely cool. Celebrating a huge milestone this year, right? So it's going to be pretty cool for sure.
Especially when Mickey and Minnie don't even show up at all in the fireworks and stuff like that. It's like, wait a minute. So at least they're there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And a nice addition to the line that's been so popular at 50th. Have I made you go over by a half an hour already?
Oh, no. You're fine.
Okay.
We go as long as, anyone wants to listen. So
Yeah, no,
Is anybody on here but us?
nope, we still have a lot of people there.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm cool if it's the five of us. I was just curious.
no,
How many people watching?
I'm not on that page to see that. So
All right. It's okay.
And this is, I was talking earlier, we've got very passionate fig pin collectors, such as, the four of us all talking about our fig pins and everything. I showed you all. I have like maybe 100 Disney pins on my board from 2015 when I last went. And
so they're not fig pins.
No, I actually saw.
I want to see.
Breckengball, pull it up. Let's show them.
I started collecting lapel pins a long time ago, but we've got a bunch of here's the Star Wars lanyards that you get the lanyard. I got 2 of the different Star Wars ones.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a few of the year. There's a Nemo. I've got a BB-8 one. I've got one of my favorite pins. I have the Star Wars The Force Awakens, and so it says Star Wars The Force Awakens. It says in theaters December. And so it's got the upcoming release date for the movie, right. And I really
commemorative.
Love those exactly those. Looking back at it, they're not going to release a Force Awakens pin now that says in theaters, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And then my family just started using roll pins. I've got a little Stitch that you can raise his good,
right,
bad level.
What's the guy above him to the left that looks like
that's a Loki pin I found at GameStop. It's his helmet.
Okay.
I've got actually, pin trading. I got the completed pennant set from a few years back.
Right. Well, you need orange. There's an orange completer.
There's an orange?
Don't yell at me.
No, I'm shocked. I've been telling people for years. Oh yeah, I finished this one line.
I can't believe you can hold that up with one hand.
Oh, no, I had a hand on the bottom, hand on the side. That was definitely not the easiest, lightest thing I've ever done, but no, my dad's they go to Disney annually. We were going to go with them in April, but we just took our honeymoon, so time doesn't work out. I told my wife, I'm like, you know what? We're going to Disney. Like, it's been 6 years. I need to get to a park. We're in Washington State. Let's go. And so we're going to try to find a time in the next year and go. And it's, it's so cool to see, passionate fig pin collectors such as us and passionate Disney pin collectors such as yourself able to kind of come together and talk about, just our love for pins, because that's where my love of fig pins came from.
Would you like some of my best pin trading tips?
Oh, I would love them.
So wear your pins on your lanyard.
Yep.
Only put stuff you're willing to part with. If you are going to do a showcase lanyard, make sure it's clear that, like these 2 up here, I don't trade these. I'm just showing off them. I love them. I just got them. I'm so proud of them. And then, but have pins to trade. Keep pins in your pocket because you can give whatever you want to cast members, pins that you probably wouldn't get other people to trade for. If there's something trading in the park, get like, if you're going around doing blind boxes or whatever, take your extras and put them on there. Maybe somebody will trade you and help you complete that that happens all the time. And if not, you can still make a pin pal.
Yeah.
And connect however you connect. Pin picks is a great way if you're familiar with that. And if they don't have FiGPiNs, I'd be surprised. And if they don't, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure they do, because they should.
Well, that's something cool. There's a few different FiGPiN resources. There's this group, there's a Discord, there's a subreddit, there's Facebook groups, and I've kind of been there. Are there specific good spots for people perhaps in FiGPiN that are, looking at hopping to maybe doing some Disney, they go to a park, pick up some FiGPiNs and decide, let me do a little pin trading along the way. Is there a good like resource or area that has people that are knowledgeable that they could ask questions and learn more about it?
Let's really plug Holland's groups now.
Yeah. Huh?
Let's
Not since I've been gone. Okay, but here's my most
you have some groups, don't you?
Huh?
You have a group of your own, don't you? Isn't it Scoop Pins on Facebook?
I do. Yeah, and please come there. I'm going to be posting the videos and stuff from TikTok there. I'm going to try to make it all work, make it, synergize and happen and stuff. But I was just going to say my biggest tip is be polite, especially if you're trading with the cast members, because sometimes they keep the good stuff in the back. Now, you probably wouldn't care about hidden Mickeys, but that's the pins that you can own. Well, you do, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Your little pin set.
Cast member pins, man.
Yeah. So anyway, but with other people, be nice and introduce yourself. John, I have a question for you. Do you know what your favorite word is, John?
I'm not sure if I can say that on here. We have a content filter.
It's John. Your favorite word is your name, and people love to hear their name. So I always introduce myself. If somebody will engage in a conversation with me at all, but especially about pins, I say, "Hi, I'm Holland." Nobody does that. And I don't know if they always did, but let's do it. Let's say, "Hi, I'm Holland. Hi, I'm John." When you meet somebody, and usually when you say your name, they say it back, "Oh, hi, and if they don't, no big deal. If you don't end up needing their name, who cares? But if it turns into a conversation, "Oh, can you tell me your name, please?" And, and just connect with people, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I love that you guys can buy, or people can buy and sell pins. You're not getting any of my FiGPiNs, by the way. Unless they make them give them away. I told them if I have to give them away, I'll do if they want to.
I'm pretty sure they gave them to you for to keep.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh. And that blew me away. Anyway, it's been a long time since I've, been able to have any presence in any kind of a community like this in the way I used to. I still go to pin events and love engaging with people, and luckily they still like talking to me.
So did they let you keep your costume, or did you have to hang it up?
No.
No?
No, but I could put on a plaid suit and be Scoop.
There you go.
I saw pictures. There's references out there.
Yeah. And so John, you'd initially asked about my pin, right? About
how did that, like,
an hour ago?
What was that journey, right? What was that journey? How did that happen for you?
So here's how it happened. The secretary for the manager of merchandise, I think they're called not VPs, but general manager, merchandise for Magic Kingdom. One of the secretaries that was the entertainment GM's secretary, when I met her and I was in entertainment, she'd gone over to work for her guy retired that she supported in entertainment, and so she went over to support the guy in merchandise. And they loved what I was doing with pins. I was doing a 1:00 pin talk in the exposition hall where the Mickey Magic Show that never happens is advertised.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that at one time was going to be the Pin Palace. I was talking to Imagineers. They love to have meetings and brainstorm, and we were going to make a big Pin Palace of the place. But anyway, I got a pin instead. And so the GM of merchandise, because of my relationship with his secretary, funded, it wasn't a cheap pin to make. It wasn't, it's not going to bust anybody's budget. But anyway, they were mine exclusively. There were 750 individually numbered pins. And I was the only guy who got to give them out. And the gold, the background of Mickey's head, I guess I should show you one. I could run and get one. But anyway, it was uncolored, unfilled with enamel. And I did that by hand. I basically filled in the background color. Wow. And so people could just get an idea of how the pins are made by hand.
Yeah.
Older pins used to be minted like, how a coin is minted into a strip of copper, a penny, they stamp the impression in, then they punch it out with like a giant hole punch and punch out the coin. Well, that's how pins were made. The impression was stamped into an ingot with a couple of 100 tons of pressure by a die, and then punched out, and then filled, and then plated. They're not made like that anymore. That's when a pin was a pin. But anyway, I was able to explain a lot of that to them, and part of explaining how they were colored by hand was coloring in with an enamel pen I used to fill the background color. And so then but that was Mickey dressed as me. Then I did, I asked for another pin, and I had the first. If you know anything about pins, there's pin trading pins, there's continuing the tradition pins, and I had them combined into one for a Scoop Sanderson continuing the tradition pin trading pin. And then that was the one, and I haven't disclosed the quantity of those, but I handed those out, and it was the first pin of me as me. There were 30 pins. Mickey dressed as me, which was a first, and you can imagine how flattering that was.
Yeah, for sure.
I got lots of boosts from that, and. And my boost score was like this, actually, when I found out about this whole FiGPiN thing again. So anyway, that's there's the one of me as me, and there's actually two versions of it. And then there's one with Figment as Scoop.
That's very cool, man. Awesome story.
Yeah.
You've had enough, I can tell.
No, I mean, believe me, we've had some people saying that they can listen to you for another hour, so they love your stories.
Oh yeah, I've been looking up all the, you talk about stuff, and I've been looking up and checking out the pins and everything, and the gold enamel in the background. It's been,
he's already on eBay searching for this orange pin.
Yeah, I'm looking for that. Let's go right on the board.
So go to scoopspins.com. I've got 2 videos that I took from YouTube, and it takes you to the YouTube links, I guess, until I can get my own from FiGPiNs. Hopefully I can go over their factory or get them to make some video. Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be awesome.
And so Scoopspins, may I promote?
Oh, please, yes.
Scoopspins.com, and then Scoopspins on the TikTok, or at Scoopspins, I guess. Scoopspins on the IG, and the group Scoopspins on Facebook. I went ahead and registered Scoopspins everything everywhere, so you may hit a dead end if you go. Sorry. I just thought it would be a good idea, and and I've got actually probably other ones I'm going to have to do if this FiGPiN turns into what I'd love to do, which is talk about pins, show you close-ups of the video, get people excited about pins, maybe give them away, if they who knows. So
that's what we love doing. So in Holland, so just so that you are aware, so we had Breckengball on the show tonight because he does his own content creation with FiGPiNs. If you check him out on IG at Breckenball with a VALL, he does some hysterical reviews of pins.
If you want to
search for John Cena's review that he does, it is hysterical.
All I can say is if you like keeping pins, really nice and like making sure that they're not damaged, you might want to prepare your heart for what you might see in some of the reviews.
Look at his face.
They're all in a museum quality polycarbonate display case that keeps them safe, but there are a couple dicey videos. I one time shot a FiGPiN out of my dog tennis balls launcher. The pin's fine. It's in this room somewhere.
You're the David Letterman of FiGPiNs, huh?
There you go. Oh man, his
you can drop him from the top
of
the what is it? Ed Sullivan Theater.
Well, that's my next
All right.
video.
When are we back? I mean, when are
So we
When are
do
you
this
back?
we do this every Tuesday.
Can I be your surprise guest every night?
You know what, we can go ahead and we can set something up with you where you are the guest for the evening, and definitely get into more depth about you and what you do for sure.
And thank you,
you're up for that.
Breckengball, for sharing your time with me tonight.
Oh no, this is all about, passionate pin collectors. I'm always
Yes.
happy to have more people to talk to, especially, I'll be honest, I didn't know you before tonight, and getting to, like you said, getting to meet people in the community. I joined the Discord, and last time when I went to Emerald City Comic-Con, met up with like 15 people. We all knew each other by name because we were all talking in the Discord. We were talking about fig pins and which one we liked, and I won a few. I did a few giveaways, and it's just really cool to meet new people, and it's great to meet you, Holland. And my real name is Breckenridge, by the way.
Nice. I love Breckenridge.
That's why I got into pin collecting. Saw Breckenridge, Colorado lapel pin. Bought it 2012, and I've been just collecting
kidding.
ever
That's
since.
so great. I got into Scoop because that's what they named me.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. So we do have a few things. And Holland, I mean, you're more than happy to stay to chat with us.
I'm actually going to check out, but thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for being on.
Thanks,
all right,
Colin.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye.
Have a great evening. So, guys, we have a few things. We have the Simpsons pins going ahead and dropping tomorrow. Do you guys have any favorite ones out of that you're excited about?
I'd say Homer and Krusty. I just, might follow on my Instagram stuff. I just love the wacky and the funny and the crazy. And as soon as I saw them just on just screaming, I was like, if there's one I'm gonna get tomorrow, it's gonna be that one.
Yeah. Battle, if you're trying to talk to us, we can't hear you, man. Nope. Did your earbud die?
To figure it out.
Yeah, that's charades.
Interactive stream, everyone. All right, and you're in the comments.
Yeah. Can someone figure out what Battle's trying to say? Yeah.
Well,
so I'm most excited about the Bart with the skateboard. I like that one the most. I think I was joking with was it Jamie? I think on the What the FiGPiN page that that crap, the Mrs. Krabappel, doing the sexy shoulder right next to Ned Flanders. I mean, that looks like a funny pin for sure. So
How about now?
We have you back? There we go. We can hear you now.
No, man, no wonder. I'm like talking to Holland, like, hey, man, do you have any? I would love to see it. And I'm like, can you hear me? Like, why am I not? Now it makes sense. Dang it.
Oh.
Well, you missed a great interview then, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure your questions were amazing.
I was listening. I had a great time still, but I was just like, hello.
Yep.
Bueller.
So, well, Breckenridge, thank you so much. I know that we, we're way over time, and I appreciate your time here. So, but thank you for letting me jump in there real quickly.
Oh, absolutely. This is all about passionate pin collection. Always happy to have more people on to talk about it.
Definitely. So,
You are quickly becoming one of my favorite people.
you are, man. You're such a cool dude. And then we also have this week, we have some of the Star Wars pins going ahead and unlocking. So make sure that you're paying attention to the dates, because we have February 4th with some unlocks for pins. And then also
Han and Luke by chance?
We'll have to have Cecilia go ahead and make sure she tells us which pins are unlocking on the 4th. I never remember. I'm always so bad at this.
Looks like it's the New Hope. It's the Han, Chewie, R2, 3PO, and Obi-Wan. And just to give you all a heads up, it will be starting at, oh boy, that's a lot of time. Looks like 12:30 p.m. PST. And it looks, or 12 p.m. PST with Han, 12:30 for Chewie, 1 for R2, 1:30 for 3PO, and 2 for Obi-Wan. And that's all Pacific Standard Time.
Hey, all right.
Thank you, man. That's very appreciated. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what it's the Simpsons are cool. So a quick story. I watching the Simpsons growing up, I always used to question, like, man, how would Homer, why would any father go ahead and, do this to their child? And I can't believe this show. This is horrible. And then, I have 2 kids of my own, and then I'm like, oh, that's how you
That's-
would want to go ahead and do that. So, yeah, I mean, kids are fun, but I appreciate the show, and I mean, looks, it broke records. What over 10 years ago, being the longest running sitcom show, and it's still airing. So it's definitely an amazing show. I'm happy that they're continuing the line with them.
And they're really leaning into the more characterized, Chief Wiggum with the donut, the sexy. I like when they lean into the more characteristic stuff of the characters.
What I was saying, I think when you couldn't hear me, was I remember that episode of Homer and Krusty on that little pedal bike where he's trying to like pick his own knee up and like get it on there, and he gets his little knees going and he starts going faster and faster. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, I don't watch Simpsons, but I'm looking at these pins and these are funny. You're talking about the episodes. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll have to go check out the episodes that learn more about the characters of the pins.
So I do have a request, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change it back to speaker view. And Breckenridge, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and just putting your board up one more time, just so that everyone can go ahead and see a better picture, closer up view of what that looks like. So just go ahead and talk, and we'll, battle. Alex and I won't say anything. So it's all on you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm more than happy. Real quick, I want to show this. We were talking about big run pins. This is for the people that wear back. I don't know. This is one of my backer cards. I don't know if you've all seen it or heard the story of this.
Got Spirit Bomb Goku. What'd you do?
Yeah, Spirit Bomb with the burn marks and the bite marks and the.
Man, he done blew it up, didn't he?
That was that's a fun little thing. Yeah, this is oh goodness, let me get this. And I think I could post a picture of this to my Instagram as well because the light's kind of tough with it. But over here we've got a bunch of Disney pins. So these pins right here, the hidden Mickeys he was talking about. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Do you kind of see like in the bottom corner? There's a little Mickey head, or in the middle there's a little little silver. Those are the hidden Mickeys. So those I actually bought pins, and I was trading with cast members, and they were cast member only pins. But we got the Breckenridge, Colorado pin right here. WSU gives a lapel pin for every commencement, which is welcoming their incoming class. And I've got 2006 all the way to 2020. Didn't have 2021 because due to COVID they kind of limited production. I've got some Fallout pins. All 50 states are down here.
Nice.
Hard Rock. I collect our guitars. My dad he just went to the New Orleans Hard Rock, got me a pin and a prototype guitar pin as well that they were selling. They're like, yeah, they sent them in and they said we could sell them. Good.
How many Hard Rock pins do you have?
Oh, this is I've got the Smoky Mountains. I've got Gatlinburg right there. I've got Seattle, of course, because that's my area. I've got Nashville. I've got Honolulu. I don't have a Honolulu guitar. I don't know why. I just forgot, I guess, that I was collecting the guitars from Hard Rock, but I've got a Honolulu one. I've got another Seattle one. I've got some SeaWorld. I've got License Place of States. I've got a bunch of baseball because I love baseball. The MLB line is probably one of my favorite upcoming. I got a bunch of Mariner stuff, World Series 2022 champions, calling it now.
Calling it.
I've got Olympic pins. I've got a Tokyo 2020 pin. I've got it's a nice little collection. And but last time I went to here's here we go. This is just give me this as a fig pin. It's a Stitch as Palpatine shooting lightning. Give me that, and we'll call the Palpatine cool. Lightning pin even. We'll do that as a deal. But so it was fun. And the mystery packs he was talking about, going to the Disney parks, and I encourage fig pin collectors as well to do this. If you don't have one of that line, buy the mystery pack, because then you'll get a bunch of different kinds, and you can trade them around or put them on your board like this. And my dad's going in April, and I told him, hey, I'm just going to Venmo you $200. Just give me all the 50th Disney World pins you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you show those cast member pins because I literally was there when people, I was involved with pin trading there when people really didn't know that there was cast member pins available, right? So it was, you'd go up to cast members later in the day that have at their end of the shift, and then you see that they still have cast member pins on them, and I'm like, because my brother worked there also, so he was like, hey, when you come down, look for these pins that have these extra Mickeys on it. And it was cool to see that you have a bunch of those cast member pins.
That is neat.
And that corkboard is actually where these guys used to live in, because I treated them like lapel pins when I first bought, my pins, and that's why.
Yeah.
Because my brain back then, I'm like, it's a nice package, but I'm here for the pin. I didn't even know about the app until this Thanos was the first pin I unlocked. Didn't know about the app until that one, and they used to live on that corkboard with all my Disney pins, and so it's nice to kind of see two I guess passions of mine. I haven't had a chance to go to a park just because I was a grad student and they don't have much money. It's really cool to see.
It's definitely very cool, man. You have an awesome collection, and Breckenridge, man, it's been a true pleasure. Getting to know you a lot more, and anything that we can do to help support you and the content that you create, please make sure that you reach out to us. We're more than happy to help you get your content out there. So you want to put out there one more time where people can find your info?
Yeah, if you want to hate your life, go to Breckengball on Instagram. It's going to be BRECKENVALL, because Breckengball will take you to another Instagram page of mine with 4, and I quote, really bad Minecraft builds from 2013 that I posted. And I just did a little reviews, and what was that? Oh, all right.
I'm not sure what happened in battle.
All right. Well, you know what? I guess that means I win the FiGPiN battle today. I know we were talking about it.
There you go. So now you're 3 for 3, right?
Feel free to check me out. I post for people. I don't plan on ever, do anything big. If anyone ever like be my, I do it for fun, and that's essentially what it is. I like making people laugh. I make, making a more lighthearted community, and kind of building that. That's always, what that will be. If you ever have a pin that you want reviewed, just send me a DM, and I'll tell you, yeah, hey, cool, don't own that one, and then I'll buy it. Just because you told me to.
Awesome. And I guess the last thing, and totally up to her if she wants to, but is your wife there? Maybe she wants to make a FiGPiN debut.
She is she's not asleep. I wouldn't do that to her while she's
okay. No problem. No worries. If she doesn't want to, it's okay.
Do you want to say hi real quick? She's still in bed though. She's still tired. I'm like, do you want to say hi?
Let her know that we appreciate you taking all the time for this evening. So tell her thank you, and have a great evening.
Hey, they said you're funny.
And I'm cute too.
She said, and I'm cute too. So remember that.
She's just as awesome as you, man.
That's canon, yeah.
All right. So Alex, do you have anything to finish the evening off?
I have probably not laughed and smiled this much in an interview ever. So thank you so much. It was great to get to know you. I already followed you on Instagram. I'm really excited now to go back and watch all your videos that I didn't know that I needed in my life. So thank you for that.
By the way, if I ever don't like pictures back, I'll just tell you all, I'm not a big social media person. I post this stuff, but I keep up when I can, but I'm a busy guy. I've got things like buying FiGPiNs to do. So if I ever don't interact, don't think that I'm ignoring you. I'm just ignoring everyone, but I like you all. I promise. You're all really cool people. And hey, thanks for having me on the show. I haven't watched last week's episode. I'm watching the episodes when I can, because it was unfortunately during, when I was getting ready for work was when they were airing it, or I was asleep. And no, it's great to be on. Thank you all. You've all been, super cool tonight. And it was really great to meet Holland and everything. And
yeah, man. Thank you so much. So do you know how we finished the show? Have you stayed this long to see how we?
Goodness, I don't think I've gotten to like the end. I'm so sorry. I've been.
No, you're fine. So we go ahead and Battle's not here to mess it up, because he's always off key with this. He never is on the same page with us. So I'll count down from 3 to 1, and we all say boost awesome, and then we'll end the show.
Okay.
So guys, again, thank you so much. It's What the FiGPiN. As always, it's been an amazing time. Breckengball, Alex, Battle, thank you so much. On 3, 2, 1, boost awesome.
Awesome.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.